Seth.
Hey.
What you up to this weekend?
I'm getting married Sunday morning. But other than that, not much. Taking the weekend off to get married Sunday.
Not much new.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, it's Jesse's little sister.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, Jesse's younger sister, Seth's stealing her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's got to be with the real beekeeper.
And we all love
Right.
Well, what's cool and actually what's interesting is she's very interested in the bee business too.
Very much.
You guys should make a good pair.
Yep, she's good help. She can strap a trailer and light a smoker. So she's
so she's hooked. Forget the dishes. And yeah. Okay. Well, I will be there.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That'll be fun.
This will sound odd to some folks, but it's late October, and we're actually requeening a few colonies with some good nukes. If we have, at this late date, if we have colonies that we're not happy with, or there's problems with, which we do have a few problems in this yard, we're just slipping a nuke in. Not rocket science. Just, whoops, sorry. This is one I'm working on. So I just created the space for the 5-frame nuke right there in the bottom box. It's a double deep. Let's see what this nuke looks like. This is kind of remnants from our queen mating nukes down in Clayton. I'm in western North Carolina right now. And these bees for the most part are just about broodless, but the nukes still have a little brood in them because the queens are so young. I'm just going to pick those 5 frames up and just slip them right there in that hole. And queen's gone in the original colony. As simple as that. We're actually doing quite a few in this yard. It's cold. It's like 42 degrees, but that's okay. It's actually a good time to do this because we'll have almost no robbing. Makes it real easy. Okay, as I mentioned, this is now queenless. Queen's gone. I'm just gonna take this whole 5-frame nuke and just drop it in that hole. Nice little nuke. I know this has a queen. Yeah. As you can see, we ended up putting an apivar strip in all our queen mating nukes. It was getting late, and we could see they had a few more mites than we were really happy with. Nothing to panic about, but still, that apivar's been in the nuke for a while, and we'll just leave it in this colony for a little while too. Check for the queen in the nuke box. Simple as that. This was kind of a small colony. Still feeding. They'll take feed for a little while. It's almost over though. Won't be long. We'll be done feeding entirely. The rock's going to tell me that we put a nuke in here. This one's getting a nuke too. Okay, thank you, Seth. I'm occasionally asked how long a HDO lid lasts, and this is a good example. I have several that are 20 years old. This is one of them. It's not pretty, but it's flat, and it's still doing the job. I don't see why it won't last another 5 years. So that's a 20-year-old HDO lid. About got it done, Selena?
Yes, sir.
Okay, on to the next yard. Everywhere there's a rock or a brick, we've installed a nuke. And that'll tell us where to look when we come back in a couple of weeks. Lids are a little wet, so we couldn't really write on them. And we're going to be doing a lot of that over the next couple of weeks. So I know the camera is not going to do this justice, but this is a perfect example of how sourwood stand out in the woods in the fall. They're the ones that are really dark red right now, and we got plenty right here around the truck. And then the part that's not going to show up very well is up on the mountainside there. From here I can see lots of sourwoods. The dogwood right there also turns kind of a dark red, but the sourwoods are just a little bit different red. And there's a bunch of them up on that hillside right there. And now's a good time to figure out where the sourwoods are at a distance, because they're a different color than everything else. They turn red before the maples and all those others turn red. Now here's another dogwood right here. It's kind of a dark burgundy color. It's a little bit different. And let's see. Well, even in the distance out there, you can kind of see where the sourwoods are. And on this, there's another dogwood right there. And then, of course, full circle back to where we started. You can see the sourwoods up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 8 right here in this camera shot right here. Beautiful trees. They make good ornamentals in a yard too. Even if you're in a place where they don't secrete nectar, they're still beautiful trees to have along your driveway. Things are changing fast. Fall is here. So I got Brandon working on some of these display shelves. We have quite a few of these in the grocery stores. We've invested in, I think we got 225 or 250 out there, something like that. Been slowly getting them out for the last decade. Anytime you can get your own display shelf in a store, your sales will go up, oh gosh, they'll at least quadruple over what they would do on the shelf beside everybody else's honey. So anytime a grocery store will give us permission, we will get our own shelf in there. Now this one came in really in bad shape. Brandon's cleaned it up pretty good. It's sanded down, it's ready for stain, then some polyurethane, and go back out. This shelf has been around a while. This one over here is ready to work on. Well, you got to hit these things pretty hard to knock something like that off. I built this one about 10 years ago myself, and that was well built and glued. And I guess it's the floor cleaning machine that does that kind of stuff. The people that are polishing the floors and cleaning the floor, waxing the floor maybe in these grocery stores. That's where most of the abuse comes from. And of course, you know, grocery carts can hit them and scar them up pretty bad. This one's not in terrible shape except for that right there. This is probably the second or third time this shelf has been in for an overhaul. Sand it down completely and then restain it and reseal it with polyurethane. We use natural stain and oil base, clear satin, polyurethane, a couple coats. They hold up pretty good as long as they're not getting bashed by machinery. These shelves will hold a lot of honey too, interestingly enough. The bottom shelf would be for gallons and perhaps quarts. Next one, quarts or pints. 1 pounders, the different varieties like clover and gallberry, blueberry, whatever. And then up here maybe some skeps, and on top some cylinders or bears. But when that thing's filled up from scratch, you're looking at at least $700 wholesale price goes on that shelf. And in most grocery stores get visited every 2 weeks. Some get visited every week if it's a really good store. So Walmart sometimes will allow us to put honey on what they call a saddle bag. It's a shelf that hangs on the end of the end cap on their aisles, and that's a good place to be. But anytime we can get our own wooden shelf in there, we do a lot better. We have a lot of these in Kroger's. We have, 213 Kroger stores in the state of Georgia, and every one of them has a shelf, something like that. So right now we got about half a dozen of these in for overhaul. Brandon's busy. Here's our last round of sunflowers. We had several batches for people to look at this year. People on the highway think they're attractive, kind of catches their eye. So you can see the sourwood trees off on the hillside over there looking nice and red. Seth is loading up chairs. He's borrowing all the chairs we use for bee classes that we occasionally do in the winter time. We set them up in the warehouse and have people use them for classroom work. So he's getting married tomorrow. I'm tease him a little more. Hey Seth, I like your hat.
Thank you.
Propola hat. Where'd you get that?
I think I got it from you.
Well, you got all these chairs. Is this going to be enough chairs?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'll be plenty. That's more than I thought you had, so that'll work.
There's about 70 there.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
that'd be plenty.
So take your hat off. Seth got a haircut too.
Yes, sir. Slicked it back right before winter time.
Oh, did it have anything to do with getting married tomorrow?
Oh yeah, a little bit. Gotta look good.
Gotta look
every
good,
once in a
yeah.
while.
All right. So this is an interesting scene. Seth's bee truck carrying a load of chairs.
Yes, sir.
Seth, you can take this on your honeymoon and put a sign on the back that says "Just Married."
I reckon we're going to find somewhere to put it. I'm running out of room.
What you up to, Tara? Making
bee pollen papers, so
making handouts.
have them when we buy the bee pollen.
Let's see that closer. Yeah, we hand these out to people that are interested in pollen. We have several handouts. It's helpful. He doesn't like that one.
No, I like the mountain wildflower. And then the other one was
Tupelo. Oh, no, this one and this one.
just those two.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, did you want to cover Tupelo? One of my favorites. List.
It's one of my favorites too. I love Tupelo.
Yes, I love Tupelo. It's really good.
Tupelo is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bring it up and we'll try it. And if it fits, we can tell you something. We have them in bags of 12 and 16.
There's wild blueberry, blackberry.
It is not a candy jar, so it's not. You wouldn't want to put it under pressure, no. But it's good for honey. That's what they're made for. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got all of that. We got more lids in this too. I think I'm missing a couple out here. So I have a 63 millimeter lid too. That's a gold medal. So yeah.
Oh. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's amazing the different people that come in here from all walks of life, different countries. This Highway 441 corridor out here is a main artery from down around Atlanta up into the Smoky Mountain National Park and Cherokee Reservation. So people up here playing tourist, having a good time. And we see beekeepers from all over the place. There was just a guy in here from Alabama and Tennessee. They come from everywhere. You're getting pretty well known with these beekeepers too. You know that, right?
Yes, I've noticed. They all say, "I see you in the video."
Yeah, cool. Store is really busy.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside. They come to look at the leaves.
Yeah, we call them leaf lookers.
Yeah.
People coming up here to look at the colors. The trees are not peaking here at the moment, but just north of here in the Smoky Mountain National Park, it's gorgeous, and people come up from the south to look at the colors. Next week they'll be peaking here. We'll have lots of pretty colors here. So I expect a busy week, all week, and then next weekend will probably be our busiest weekend of the fall.
Yep.
So you prepared? You're ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right.
Yep. I like this time because it makes the days go by faster.
It does, yeah. Better than sitting around twiddling your thumbs, huh?
Exactly.
All right.
We meet a lot of interesting people.
You do.